Welcome to episode 123 of the Eavesdrop podcast. We have a man OpTic FormaL in the building. We have a lot to talk about. This episode is brought to you by Honey, Wealthfront, and Fume, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them later on in the podcast. 23 being...
Oh, that's cool. It's like 1, 2, 3.
Yes, 1, 2, 3. We have FormaL back for the third time. 3. 1, 2, 3. 23, Michael Jordan, greatest of all time. This is a really good number. Thank you for coming back on. We were just talking about Roger making a post on Reddit because somebody said that he caused the input lag. How do you feel about it?
All right, so if you don't know what happened, the boys are playing matches here in the HQ. Roger sets up this little thing that, to my understanding, was only for the purpose of the viewing experience of the content team. Matt, is that correct?
For my viewer experience.
What? Okay, and for the coaches.
And for me. Okay. Because I want to watch.
And for me, kind of. I was watching too.
Yeah.
So they set up this giant plasma, or not plasma.
It was plasma.
It sounds more input delay if I say it's a plasma. They set up this giant monitor, and it connects all 4 of the guys' gameplay to that monitor and shows all 4 of their player POVs.
Yeah.
And the problem was, okay, I'm just taking their word for it because I'm listening to what Brandon and Illy were telling me. They said that in their first 2 matches, they were having input delay.
Yeah.
And that's why they lost them.
Yeah.
And at first I'm thinking, you guys are faded.
Yeah.
But then, the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, this has to do something.
Yeah.
Because you're, taking it, you're splitting it. It's going to cause something, right? It has to.
Yeah, because you're subtracting some of the quality.
It's like point A to point B to point C instead of point A to point B.
There's only 1980 by 720 pixels to be divided between 2. It goes from 1980 to...
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? It gets divided.
Yeah, shit.
It goes to 480p if you split it long enough.
Oh, my God. Imagine.
You know what I mean? VHS.
So, okay, the only thing that validates those guys is the fact that once that was taken down, so that was for the first 2 matches. Once that was taken down, they won 3 straight.
Yeah, but who do they play with? Against, right? Did they play
harder competition, apparently.
In the beginning or now?
Now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but
they lost 6-5, 6-5.
Yeah,
both of those ones.
So Roger made a post, and the only reason I'm talking about it is because obviously Roger doesn't have any ill intent.
Okay,
right?
and so I know Roger. Yeah, exactly. I know he doesn't have any ill intent, but I was telling my stream that Roger basically costed them their first 2 matches. So Roger got pissed, and then now he's been going on Reddit defending himself.
So Roger owes me 20 CDL points.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. How can he even
Can't
afford
even
that?
do that. He's in debt to you forever.
He can't, because what's he gonna have to do? He's gonna have to compete.
join the team.
Yeah.
Replace someone.
Win.
And that's like a 5-year. That's a 5-year journey we're talking about minimum.
Yeah.
For him to be ready, and then at that point, he's got to carry and get you 20 CDL points back.
20 CDL.
And then retire it after. He's fucked. He can't ever pay that back.
Well, every CDL setup monitor. Anyway, he got into this thing, and I'm a big fan of not engaging, especially on Reddit. And I don't think Reddit's bad. I just think those 15 little dweeb nerd losers haven't done shit.
They talk like experts. And
it's
and it's just why are we even taking these guys' word for it?
Everybody becomes an expert when you have a Twitter account. If you're passionate about it. You don't even have to do it. As long as you're passionate about it, you can become an expert.
I'm sorry, man. Everything just goes back to wanting to be tipped. Everything in the world, everyone does everything just to be tipped. Because all those kids want to do is be tipped on Reddit for dude, you know what the fuck you're talking about. You could be an analyst.
Yeah.
Damn, you really broke this shit down.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there reading it as a pro, and I'm like, you guys are faded as fuck.
Yeah.
What are you saying? They're just dude, yeah, I mean, FormaL, dash, you name it. They don't have the fundamentals. I'm like, is this just stigma that you guys are just agreeing with now?
He's like, what's a big word? Fundamental. Oh shit, that's a big one.
The what's that one they use all the time? Intangibles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you just want to say intangible, don't you?
Yeah, intangible. People just want to, be tipped, like you said.
They just want to be tipped at the end of the day.
People want to sound like they have a large vocabulary, so they use whatever words in there because it makes them look more photosynthesis.
It's the truth, though, dude. They just want to be tipped for being knowledgeable.
So the reason we were talking about it is because I saw a tweet from Hitch talking about Roger arguing on that, and I'm like, what the fuck? So we were having sushi just now, and I was looking at that, and I'm like, why is he arguing? And then I'm like, oh, because of the input delay. So I wanted to talk about it because, like I said, he obviously didn't mean.
He wanted to be tipped just for setting up this cool little setup.
Yeah, he wanted to be tipped.
That was dope, Raj.
It was dope.
It was dope.
It was dope, but I had COVID, so it didn't really.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was all right. But had I watched, I want to see it. I got to the point where I'm like, well, you have to flip their setups now because where the fuck? I can't go the entire season without watching them play. That's so whack.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And there's a 45-second delay.
I know. I don't know.
And I have to minimize my viewing experience because apparently they can't see like the screens.
I actually don't like that they're set up like that. Because if I was playing, that means you can see everything going on in the background in the HQ, where you see me and you talking.
Somebody coming in.
Someone coming in.
Yeah.
That's a lot of potential checkouts.
I think that if people wanted to be mad at Roger, they should get mad at Roger and Maddie for this.
Why did he?
Why is it pointing this way?
Is it because he doesn't want to record them and have the HQ be in the background?
I don't know.
He just wants that background because it looks more like arena style.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I told him to do it like that.
He's watching this right now, angry as fuck.
I just like fires.
You fucking texted me that.
I'm instigating, just like doing shit. Like,
getting mad that it turned into a fire.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's my bad.
You had the flint in the fucking the stick. Whatever you need to make a fire. I don't know. Metal and a flint. What's flint?
Flint, like a flint.
You need that to make a fire, right?
Yeah, flint is it's a sort of metal.
And it's like OP to make fire.
And it's just like when you strike it with anything metal, a spark gets produced
every time.
Yeah, every time.
That's OP.
That is OP.
That's OP.
Anyway, let me actually send this fucking text because I'm pissed. Sorry, I had to send that text because I saw something that got me mad, and it's better when I send a text when I'm mad than when I'm calm.
It's your honest thoughts.
It's my honest thoughts, and like I can't be fake to my friends or the people that I work with. You know what I mean? And it's not like the problem with me is that my voice is so deep and so stern, and I've been an older brother all my life, so it always sounds like I'm coming down on someone. So I'd be like, let me guess your feelings.
You just have an alpha voice.
Yeah, it's just like, yo,
like say you're fired.
You're fired.
Ow. You see what I mean? That shit hurts.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I can't fire people. Let me see. I don't think I've ever fired anyone.
Roger, get over here.
I'm trying to think if I've ever fired anyone. I mean, I've dropped people. Like
that's firing, basically.
Yeah, so I guess, I did. Fucking D-Treats, I had to let him go, even though I didn't agree with it, but the fans wanted it.
What? They wanted him out?
Yeah.
They were like pitchforks about it?
Yeah, well, he was glitching. He had an extra perk.
Oh.
In a competition.
Oh,
but
you had to get
the
rid of
perk
him.
was hardline, and there was no streaks allowed.
Oh.
So if anything,
shit. Now I'm super conflicted.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, God, I don't want to let him go, but I'm like, you know, this will train you. If you're not fucking let go of your friend and your teammate and a star on your team, it'll train you for the future to let go of someone.
Damn.
So I put myself through that, and I survived, and I came on the other side. I don't think I could fire anyone. Like I couldn't sit Nick down and be like, yo, man.
I could fire Nick. Look at him. He looks so fireable.
he's like a fireable.
Like he'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Peace. As he leaves, doesn't care.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. That's why I always let the players make their own decisions when it comes to who they play with and all that.
You do. As a player for you give a lot of power to the players, which is really, really good.
You have to.
You have to.
The fuck do I know?
Because like, I feel like there's orgs that I don't know specifics, but like I know there's orgs out there that just have like a coach, a GM that has way too much power.
Yeah.
Way too much, and like the players are sitting there like, I don't really want to play with this guy, but I kind of have to. There's like a new. Me and Brandon were talking about this the other day.
Oh, because it happened in Call of Duty.
Okay, so like Neptune was dropped from NY, right? Yeah. Me and Brandon are making hella jokes about it, right? We were saying this is like a solo mission from Crim. Okay, so like his teammates don't know about it. So like if I'm Clay, if I'm Hydra, I'm waking up the next day, I'm getting on for scrims. I look at my group chat and there's just like Crim 6 has booted Neptune from the chat and he's added some new number, but he acts like nothing's wrong. He's like scrims 11. Yeah. And you're like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what it felt like because like it was so quick and it seemed like it was like an only Crim thing.
Yeah.
And then
but Crim's a player though, so like the decision should fall.
He is. I'm just saying it was just funny because it sounded like he was.
It happened in Call of Duty, and the players were like, where the coaches were like, yeah, we gotta have enough power to make sure that we find these players for not showing up on time and for not doing this. So all the coaches are like, you know, finally we got some fucking power and ability to actually turn this thing for the better. And for the most part, they did turn it around a little bit. Obviously, people are now being held more accountable on being on time,
and they did change like the scrim schedule.
Yeah.
The reasoning behind it initially was like cap because they were like, we want more time than that. I'm like, you're not going outside. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Why am I getting up at 9 from Cali? But like, it probably was better to have scrim start at like 11, 1 o'clock instead of the traditional like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock p.m.
Yeah. No, I think it was beneficial to have that, but that does get to people's heads sometimes, right?
Like, oh yeah, dude. They have a meeting once a week to set up scrims. I wonder how much power they're like. What kind of power struggle is going on in that call?
I wonder if fucking Troy's in there.
Troy betas to everybody.
Troy's just like...
One thing I didn't like about Troy, he betas a lot.
He betas? What do you mean?
Someone's like, yo, we're hosting, join up. And it's gonna be like Toronto playing us, and we're in Texas. Like every single time we play Toronto, we're playing on their host every single time.
And Troy's like, yeah.
And I eventually snapped at Troy, and I was like, Troy, you can't be doing this. And he did it the next game again, and I just said, I fucking hate this, and I just hate you for this. And just never brought it up again. But I was like, I'm so mad.
Some people are just too nice, man. I think Troy's one of those
He's just
people.
too nice. That's
He's
what
just
it
a
is.
good
Too
human.
Nice. I say beta, but too nice is another.
Yeah, no, well, that's the problem with society, right? Like when you see people doing kind things,
you take advantage of it eventually.
Yeah, it's like
naturally.
And I'm not saying predator, but it's a if there's bad people out there that manipulate people, like that's an easy target.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Sure,
So that's why like do nice things in secret. Don't even let them know that you did it.
Kill them with kindness.
Don't
literally. Flood them with kindness.
No, don't flood them.
That's how you get walked all over and shit.
Yeah, kill them with kindness.
Don't be a dick. I'm not saying be a dick.
What about Rambo? No, I mean
Ray's alpha.
Yeah,
I hear Ray talking to them after matches or after scrims. He says a lot of shit that I'd want my coach to say.
Yeah,
he makes sure I can tell when he talks, everyone's listening.
Yeah,
like when he's talking, you know to lock in and listen to what he's saying.
Do you think it has to do with the fact that he at one point was a player and won championships? It's just
no, because so was Troy. Troy didn't win championships, but Troy was just as much of a passionate player as Ray was.
Yeah, it's
just Ray takes a different approach to it. Troy's more of like I think this is a problem that we have on this map, and then he'll hear out your problem too, and then like his problem will get swept under the rug, and then you will just go on. But like maybe what Troy was saying was a really big point.
Yeah.
Whereas Ray makes sure that everyone understands like this is an issue, we're gonna address it right now, and you guys have to all understand like we're changing this.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot.
Yeah, they make a good team.
Ray, that's a good combo.
They make a good team because I was talking to him and obviously he said Troy's like one of the best analytical minds out
Troy's
there.
got a great mind for COD.
Yeah.
A great mind for COD.
One of the topics here, Matt, is that the last Eavesdrop was on March 20th. March 20th.
2021.
Is that right? Is that right? March 20th?
Yeah.
How many weeks is that, Matt?
Wait. I feel like we did it in like October.
March 20th?
Does that not feel like
March,
forever
April?
ago?
We're in February, Matt. Oh, you and I.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like I did an Eavesdrop because I have been.
No, but do you remember the one that we did? It feels like that was not that long ago.
No,
it's almost a year. It feels like it's like
almost a year.
4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, no, we just did it.
Yeah, we just did it.
Yeah, people loved it. We talked about everything.
Aliens and shit, I think.
Yeah.
And a bunch of random shit.
Yeah. I was thinking, I'm like, I haven't done a fucking, and I don't know why it made sense. The last Eavesdrop was March 20th, and my brain's like, yeah, it has been a while. But it was like, it's only been 3 weeks since I've done it because I got COVID. And
like, how long did I have COVID for?
Yeah. The thing is like, you know what's fucked up is that I had COVID when I did the last Eavesdrop with Diesel.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a good podcast because we talked about OpTic before OpTic. We talk about how Jay tried to overthrow Crew originally. Crew was the dude that started.
This is like the initial.
Oh yeah, like the initial
spawn of OpTic.
Yeah, the spawn of OpTic. Yeah. And we were talking about, and we all agreed that Jay should have been the one that was leading the team because this dude.
Who thought of OpTic?
It's like two dudes. This dude named Crew and somebody else. But
when did you come into the picture?
During Call of Duty 2.
Did you rob their shit?
I mean, no, because
that's what it sounds like.
So this is the timeline, and this is how exactly it happened. Okay, and since I am me, my statements are beyond contestation. Okay.
Okay, whatever that means.
You can't contest this contestation. All right.
Okay.
So OpTic was founded. It was a regular team. Like, just go on game battles right now, and you go to Call of Duty ladder. Pick any of those teams.
Still a thing?
Yeah. Pick any of those teams.
Okay.
Right?
One of them said OpTic.
Yeah, one of them said OpTic.
Okay.
Right? And I was fucking in love with it. Immediately I saw it. I'm like, God
You're like,
damn
that's
it. Because I like sniping. And at the time they were known for being like good snipers in Call of Duty too. But it wasn't what it was when I got into the picture and turned it into what it was, right? It was just a group of people that got
Did they
together.
have fans yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was just like a little group that plays
They didn't even have
every
a
night.
YouTube channel.
Okay.
No.
That puts a lot more
Validity.
Validity.
Yeah. No, I mean, first of all, yeah. Anyway, so let me tell you this. So, I don't know. Something happened where I fell in love with Call of Duty, and I wanted to be more involved. And I started doing research on Google, and then I found this thing called game battles. You could be a ref on game battles, and I'm like, I want to be better at Call of Duty, so I got to spectate the best. I got to spectate the professionals. And the reason that came from a map called Vosnik, and it was a free-for-all map. I mean, it was a team map, but it was people only play free-for-all. And I never played with my mic on, but I heard some random dude somewhere in the world say, he's like, oh, that dude's has to be one of the pros because he doesn't have a scope on it. He's using iron sights.
You?
No, just a random. And I'm like, And I'm like, who? I was curious, and I'm looking, and I cycled through people that killed me, and then I found the guy that didn't have a scope in it. They was just iron sights, and I'm like, wait,
that's
why
hard?
do? Yeah, it's harder, right? I'm like, why do? I'm like, is that an actual thing? Like, is there levels to this shit?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, now I gotta fucking master the iron sights.
Yeah.
I did.
That's an alpha thought to have. Not be like, damn, he is final. You'd be like, okay, let me fucking use this shit.
let me fucking use this shit, right?
Alpha.
So from there, I started to pay more attention, and I thought about pros, and I'm like, oh my god, I guess that it makes sense. It's a skill-based game, like any other competitive anything out there. So that means that there are people who are better than other people in doing certain things.
Exactly, yeah.
So I started doing research. I found this website. I wanted to become a ref because I wanted to see the people who were fucking sick back then play. And it was Gods. What was it? It was Gods. The clan name was Gods. Gods Clan.
With a Z?
No, it's just Gods. Gods.
never mind.
But one dude's name would be like Nightmare. So it'd be God's Nightmare.
How cool do you think his tag was?
Bro, so fucking cool.
God's Nightmare?
Yeah, and he was fucking nasty.
Really?
Bro, I looked up
That's
to him
sick.
so much. I'm like, oh, and I'm like
That
a
sounds
20.
final.
I'm like a 25-year-old looking up at like a 17-year-old.
That's such a cool tag, Nightmare.
Yeah, and it was like spelled like, and back then in Call of Duty,
Capitalized or
yeah,
some
and
shit.
back
Different
then in Call of
capitals.
Duty made sense because the numbers fell below the actual line. So if you picture a notebook with lines, the O would be here, the P would be touching the bottom, but if you did a 3, it would be just as low as the lowercase.
Oh.
So it would fucking drop.
That's sick.
So there was God's Nightmare, God's Holy Grail, God's Trigger
the
Finger,
fuck?
God, like those are names.
That's
Trigger Finger
sick.
and Trigger Finger made some of the best montages out there in the world, right? So like this,
God's right hand.
yeah,
Like, that's sick.
Yeah, like God's Holy
And then
Grail.
God's left hand. You get a little duo.
God's Holy Grail was one of the fucking most final gamer tags
He's the
ever.
Holy Grail.
Yeah, but it was Nerve. OpTic Nerve. Did you ever hear about
No.
the story of OpTic Nerve? All right. Anyway, so that was
Did
him.
he
and I-
change his name from God's Holy Grail to OpTic Nerve?
when you joined OpTic.
Wait, you're like, why'd you change your name? You're supposed to be OpTic Holy Grail.
Yeah.
What the
He was
fuck
like,
is
we didn't
this?
pick you up for this
Yeah,
fucking
what the
nerve.
hell?
He's like, no, you get it. It's like the optical nerve. I'm like, oh, I get it. It's so basic that I am insulted that you think I didn't get that shit. It was so ridiculous. Anyway, so there was that. And then there was N2D, which was Into Deep.
Ooh.
N2D, Nameless. N2D.
Dude, Nameless is such a hard name. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah?
If Ant was more final, like...
If
Nah, Ant's like... I mean, like...
if he was also a better like caster. I'm kidding. Just for the
That's
record,
fucked up.
I was... Anytime somebody talks shit
I
about...
want some events with him. He was
No,
good.
Listen. Anytime, and this happened with Maven, this happened...
Yeah.
Anybody that talks shit about OpTic on stream, I'm tweeting, it's like, damn, you fell off as a caster. Well, you don't get to talk shit about my team, motherfucker. Like, I'm a fire back. But it's
That's
more
true.
like a joke, like an inside joke between me and the caster, because I've done it forever. Like Maven's gotten it. Like, I've done this forever.
Mr. X.
Okay,
back in the
like
day,
I've done it
yeah.
forever, and then this most recently, I guess Nameless has been hating a little bit more than
Nameless
usual.
is a fucking hater.
Right, he's been hating more
He's
than
a
usual.
hater.
So,
Hey, why you a hater?
So I tweeted out, I'm like, damn, I don't wonder what happened to Nameless. He was so good last year, but anyway, a lot of fans took that as real shit, so they started talking shit. It was fucking ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
I was laughing.
I doubt
but-
he was. He was probably tight.
Yeah, it was like when Benson. When Benson
What
like
happened to him? He just fell off the face of the planet, or what?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
have any
even know what
information.
happened.
He disappeared at the same time that
like,
all those
disappeared.
other two dudes that were alleged against.
Oh, is that type of shit like a legal thing?
Yeah, I don't. Who
Oh,
cares?
shit.
Anyway, but I did it with Benson, and Benson's like, yeah, no, it's like I'm so unbiased. Like I talk shit about OpTic, and I talk good about OpTic, and I'm like, no, man, it sounds like. You're talking more shit than good shit. And I was just joking with him because I know him. And then he said, you think it's funny, but people are actually going to take that serious. I'm like, oh no, I know what I'm doing. Just fucking find it
You're
hilarious.
like, get him, goddammit.
You can go back to the video in which I'm creating HECZ versus the OpTic House videos. And it's me about to play a 1v1 again, or a 2v2. We're playing 2v2 Scuf House versus Game Battles. And I sit down and I have a different teammate every single time. You never came on because you're too fucking whatever. But Seth was in, like, it was me and Pam versus a Game Battles team. And it was just like, I just set up a tiny little LAN setup.
Oh, I remember this. It was like
Yeah.
4 monitors side by side.
Yeah.
I do remember that. It was
Yeah.
right behind my setup.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
exactly. So one time I had put the Counter-Strike team holding up the trophy that they won as my
I
background
remember
picture.
this, and Seth was tight.
Yeah, Seth was
I
tight.
do remember this.
And-
This was hilarious.
And he's like, yo, that's fucking me. And I'm like, bro, I was thinking about how mean this shit was and how it was gonna make somebody like feel like, what the fuck,
dude. That was a stab in the heart to him.
bro. I was dying, and he's like, and I'm like, bro, when I thought about it, I was dying. He's like, yeah, I know, but it's mean. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, that is kind of mean, but it's so like, how big of an asshole am I that I'm like relishing and laughing at this dude feeling a little bit.
Yo, what was his first initial word to like to like bring? Was like I can picture stuff being like, "What's that?"
Yeah, he
Like,
did
something like that.
Yeah, it's on video.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen? Yeah, you've seen it.
I've seen it.
He's like, hey, is that the Counter-Strike team? He's like, no, he's like, is that your background? The Counter-Strike team? I'm like,
oh, he's like, didn't win you a bunch of championships. Like,
I'm like, yeah,
that.
they're my new pride and joy. They just won me a championship.
He's like, interesting.
He's like, that's interesting because your original pride and joy doesn't feel good.
I've been working really fucking hard.
Yeah. I'm doing you a favor. I'm fucking playing this game for you.
That's funny.
Anyway, so into the like nameless, into the whatever, and then there was like everything was themable back then, and that's what I loved about it. Same thing with like rap in the 90s. Like everything had a story. It wasn't just talking bullshit about a club. Like if you think about Eminem and
storytelling.
It's storytelling. Yeah, good.
Flow.
But it was the same thing back then. Like Call of Duty clans had like there was gods. There was 3G. 3G was.
I remember that one. Or no, I'm thinking 3D. That was a Halo
3G. 3G was a Call of Duty clan, and there's no shot that you could remember them. No shot, because it was like, again, back then YouTube wasn't a thing, and Call of Duty competitive wasn't a thing. It was, I mean, people competed, but it wasn't a thing. We literally invented that shit.
You want to know the hardest gamertag, or not gamertag, the hardest team name in the history of team names?
Final Boss.
Final Boss.
Yeah.
Because they were the final boss. That's
Final
like the
boss.
coolest shit. That's the coolest possible team name you can have.
Yeah.
With how they were a dynasty that was named Final Boss, and so you had to beat them every time in the tournament to win the tournament. So they're the final boss, and you can't even beat them.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It reminds me of a Starcraft player. One of those famous one. It wasn't
Hydra?
No, it wasn't Hydra. It was an Asian dude.
You mean
He was like fucking something
he was
box.
Disgusting. Oh, Hungry Box?
No, Hungry Box is a Smash player.
Matt, help us out here.
Yeah, Matt,
Jesus
what's up?
Christ,
What the fuck
like,
you doing?
the guy with
God.
Google can help us.
Jesus, Jamie would not have failed here.
I remember when Starcraft was on the MLG circuit. Like,
if you click on home Dropbox, Matt, and then just on that tab, type. Yeah, hit that. There you go. Boom, right there. Bam. Right. Yeah. Click on that, and then type top StarCraft 2 players.
Is it still Starcraft 2?
I don't know.
Shit.
Right there.
What's his name?
Wan Lee Sack. No. Park. No. Let me see. I see their names.
Third from the right.
Nah. No, Matt. I want to see their names.
Their gamer tags,
Their
Matt.
gamer tags, not their real names. Cure, Solar. You're going too fast.
Going way too
Cyril.
fast.
I mean, these are new people.
I know who you're talking about, though. It's pissing me off.
It's pissing me off.
And it's pissing me off that he's not helping at all.
Type fucking. Oh wait, I have a fucking laptop right here.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
All right, here we go. Life. Polt. I remember Polt.
I remember that one.
MVP.
MVP was a good one.
MVP.
He was like a
so
top 4 every
MVP.
time.
There was a meme of MVP saying, "Oh, that's dope. You just beat single player. I just beat multiplayer when you won a championship.
Oh my god.
I just beat multiplayer.
That's sick.
That's so fucking sick.
That's sick.
That's so fucking sick.
That is sick.
So, anyway,
damn it! I wish I could have thought of that.
Yeah, it's like I just beat multiplayer.
I actually just got like genuinely tight that I didn't think of that first.
I know.
That's
anyway,
sick.
so and especially because it's all 1v1s.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It's like you win a Starcraft tournament, you got to feel like you're just like
Literal
I just outsmarted everyone.
The one. You're
It's a game of wit.
Yeah,
and you outwitted everyone.
Everyone. It's insane. So
that's crazy.
Anyway, so there was N2D, 3G. I'm trying to think. CK serial killers. So there was CK Pops, which was J. There was CK Pops, CK fucking Toucan Sam, whatever. Fruit
Yeah,
Loops.
who cares?
Anyway, serial killer. So everybody was a serial name. So there was,
But it was CK,
Yeah,
so cereal.
Yeah, serial killers.
Like cereal like you eat in the morning.
Yeah, like you in the morning. Then
That's
there
kinda
was
cool, I guess,
G4P, Gaming for Perfection.
You guys ever have KSI? Did that extend to? It was massive in Halo.
KSI was.
KSI was massive.
Yeah, well,
in Halo.
KSI.
KSI. Did he start?
No, but he joined KSI because it was an
Was he
open.
KSI? KSI?
Anyone could be. If you think about it, it's kind of genius because if you're like a back in the day where this is all beginning and you have an org name, it's like anybody can join. Just change your name.
Yeah,
and you're part of the crew.
Literally.
Yeah, it's like and guess what? If I run into you, we're gonna back out. And we're gonna pick you up because you're part of the crew, right? So thousands of kids fucking joined that shit, including KSI, who eventually took KSI. No, KSI doesn't exist anymore.
There were so many people in KSI and Halo 2, dude. And then, because in Halo 2, there was like a clan system in game to where you'd have to be invited to it by someone who made the clan, right? So there'd be like dude, KSI was so big that there was like branches of teams that you'd be like, you click on someone's name, you could see what clan they were in. Yeah. And you could tell if it was the big one or not. And you were like, oh, this guy's shit, whatever. He's in like one he just made with his friends. Like he named a KSI fucking boys or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I wonder what happened to it.
I mean,
it wasn't in Halo
just
3.
like nobody KSI Global 1,000 followers. So they still.
Nah, that's not it. I mean,
when was the last time they posted anything?
What does KSI stand for? I forget.
I don't know. I don't think that's the official one.
That's not KSI.
That's not the official one. Anyway, so back then the teams were just teams, and there was no sponsorships. There was like no monetary like.
I do remember that time period. People were going hard as fuck on game battles.
Yeah. Yeah,
like it was like taken very seriously.
Like nobody was sponsored. Like Astro never sponsored anyone.
Yeah.
Like Astro's thing was like we don't sponsor anyone. Turtle Beach didn't sponsor anyone. It wasn't until they started to see the meaning behind it. Because at the time it was like the only people that know about competitive Call of Duty are the people that are competing in there. So it was a small thing, and there's no way to advertise people. Anyway, this dude Crew. And some other people like Preview. Preview was like Roland. This dude named Roland.
That's a pretty cool tag.
Preview. Yeah, it's PR3. So everybody in OpTic in OpTic had threes, right? Like Crew had 3, cool. Preview had 3, One and Only had 3. Obviously HECZ had 3, Diesel had a 3. Like everybody had a 3 in their name if you were in OpTic. And you're instead of an E, you would have to do that, or at least one of them.
Like what would you do for FormaL though?
No, you wouldn't. No, you'd just be FormaL. That's it. Like it was just like if there's an E in your name, it has to be a 3. If there's 2 E's, one of them has to be a 3.
It's like Illy would be a 3.
So like I being the nerd that I am, even I was a nerd back then, nerd today. Maybe my imagination makes me a nerd. Whatever. I was like, damn, 3. There has to be like I can't believe that this dude hasn't made something that's like the 3 stands for this, right? So immediately, like as I started to go through OpTic and all that stuff, I'm like the 3 can be like a pyramid, boom, a pyramid, and then we're like, all right, cool, aliens, boom, fucking this guy gets sent into us, and it becomes a thing. Right, Third Label was our streetwear apparel brand when we sold OpTic. Third Label was fucking raw. Anyway, so it was just people that got together after school and played matches. There was nothing to it. Crew leaves, or something happens where there was this one Gringo Jr. Are you familiar? Gringo Jr. was.
I don't know anyone from this time period.
No, okay, so this is a Halo dude, I think. Gringo Jr. Bring it up, Maddie. Gringo Jr. was this like prodigy little 7-year-old kid.
You mean Lil Poison?
No, I don't think so. There was Gringo Jr. right there.
Lil Poison is the famous Halo player that was 8 years old.
Okay, well then this one is something like that.
Okay.
Gringo Jr. was 6 years old kid with his dad trained up to. Yeah. Okay, so
you get him to the world's youngest program in Gears. Oh, in Gears.
Yeah,
that's
so we were gonna
Halo.
Yeah, and it wasn't Call of Duty. So we were gonna expand into back then, and we were talking about how at the time I don't know how it happened because I was like I just joined OpTic, and like Crew was having like this power struggle to be the leader, right, against like Jay, who was his right hand man for a very long time.
Jay's always wants to get the power.
Yeah, it is like I don't have any ill feelings towards Jay. It's in the past, whatever. Like I even cringe when people talk shit.
You're a big man for that.
I mean, I think we both had our part in a very unfortunate fucking situation.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it.
And I had to protect. You know what I mean?
It's yeah.
It's like.
You just can't try to change that.
It's like I'm not.
You're not going to stand for it no matter what.
Yeah, I'm not going to stand for that. Anyway, so it was the right move, by the way, because when the vote came down to whether or not Jay should be the leader, or Jones at the time should be the leader of OpTic instead of this guy, and it wasn't. Again, it's not a business; it's just a team. There's no business behind it. They were sponsored by a website, and there was no monetary incentive towards it. Anyway, whatever. They get into, and I vote Jay. I'm like, yeah, Jay's obviously more mature. He's got like whatever. And this dude wasn't even involved anymore. Like he was gone. So after that, Jay got a girlfriend, left. I got OpTic. I was the leader of OpTic, and then
Jay got control. Jay left because of a girl.
Yeah, dang. For a long time. Dang. So he's like, hey, this OpTic thing.
Still with her?
I don't know.
And so he kind of fucked up.
No, I mean you don't know that, right? Like
you don't know that.
Because I don't think that he would have been able to think up what I thought up. You know what I mean?
What if that whole time when he came back, he was trying to change everything because he was mad that he left and he felt like you took over?
Well, I mean, I did take over.
Is that possible?
No.
You don't think it's possible?
No, I literally helped create an industry in which people can...
I know, but I'm saying, like, do you think that he thinks that he could have been you and you stole that from him, kind of?
I think anybody that thinks... I mean, anybody can be me.
Because Jay was like, if I didn't leave, I would have been Hector.
Yeah, if you think... No,
it would have been the JQZ.
The J quarters.
The J quarters.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like it's like that period of time, like a lot of, like, I don't know. But anyway, he left for a long time and I was the leader, so I invited my brother. My brother's on the team, and he's like, "Yo, fuck this fucking competition shit. We should make fucking YouTube videos like Grizz." And I was like,
"Oh shit!"
I was like, "All right, cool, let's do it." So boom, that's where it's all snowballed into what you see today. But you know, at the time, again, like I said, it was just a team. So no, I didn't steal shit from no one. I just took something.
I know you didn't.
Yeah. So
do you think he might view it like that?
I don't know. Maybe. But maybe I don't see how though, because it's like
everyone's world revolves around them, right? So maybe.
Yeah, I'm the villain.
You're the villain.
I am a villain.
Like, am I the villain to like someone like Slasher? Like,
most recently, Ola.
Yeah, am I Ola's villain right now in his story? Like,
I don't know.
Because like Slasher would be a COD GOAT if it weren't for me.
Ooh.
Like, for real. Because like not only did like I win a lot, but there was a lot of finals that I played Austin in. And if it goes the other way where he wins, then he's a GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So am I like a villain in his story? Does he like hate me like secretly? I don't really know.
The problem that we have to live through for the next 10 years is the fact that we're building. So like all the championships that you see today like are gonna be just like that. Like you don't remember when this one Las Vegas 2018. Like you have them, you have proof, but what did they mean in the grand scheme of things? You know what I mean? Because these are not all of the championships. Like
look at this little forgettable one. UMG Washington D.C. 2015
Grand Champions Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. You guys did.
I promise you, I'm not making this up. I don't remember anything about that event. I don't remember what the finals
I remember
was.
DC. I don't remember.
I remember the hotel. I don't remember the event.
I don't remember the event.
I remember you were using remember the waveboard?
No, that was Orlando.
No, it was you had a few events. Because you were riding it around the hotel lobby like when I was like going to smoke a cigarette or something. It's a really vague memory, but I'm pretty sure that happened.
Yeah, Orlando.
Could have been Orlando.
Had to have been. It was Orlando where Keemstar bumped into Kostov's girl and spilled on her, and they were about to get into a fight.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah, that was.
I thought that was Columbus.
No, that was fucking.
Orlando,
was it?
Yeah, that was Columbus, bro. That was the first AW event, and he almost fought somebody outside.
He also fought somebody outside.
He fought Pittsburgh.
That
was Columbus. 2015.
If I put money on that, I'm putting money on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was a bigger dude.
He was big.
Looked like he was from the streets.
He was like a coach or something. Or
yeah,
like
I don't know.
Or something.
He looked like a you know like a me in high school. You know what I mean? Like a me in like my early 20s. He was just a big dude. But then Keemstar with his movement, I was so surprised.
I don't remember what happened.
Bro, Keemstar made like fucking.
He fucked him up.
I mean, Matt's about.
He did fuck him up, didn't he?
No, he didn't fuck him up. No,
but
he
made him look
have.
stupid. He made him look stupid.
Yeah, like he dropped him on the floor.
Yeah, and his like shirt was coming up.
Yeah,
it was like, ah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I could.
You know, I like feel for them. I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
that sucks.
But I'm like, you're way bigger than Keem. Like, there's no reason.
It's because he looked at him like he was Keemstar.
No, because Keemstar wasn't Keemstar at that time.
I thought he was.
No.
Oh shit.
No, Keemstar.
What happened now? You just crumble.
Who, Keem?
No, the other guy would crumble in front of Keem.
Yeah.
Oh, it was this. Yeah. What the fuck?
It's like no beard Keem. He's like, what's up, man?
Oh my god! I kind of tipped this from Keem. I kind of tipped this from Keem though.
Yeah, look. Like right there, he swung.
Yeah, fuck. Oh,
it was Keem's ass crack.
Yeah, but like the other dude's
right
like
here,
shirts
right
coming
here,
up and
like
shit.
he could fuck him up right there.
He could have fucked
punch
him up right there, yeah.
He could have punched him. Look at him. He's like, look how he moves.
Dude, I kind of tip it from Keem. He looks like he can fight.
Yeah, bro. Like he pushed to the right,
moves
moves
the fuck out of that.
You know what I mean? Look, boom. Like those could
have
all knocked him out.
He's like toying with him, bro. He's toying.
Those could have all those could have knocked him out. Yeah, I don't know.
I tipped that because he's much bigger than him.
Yeah.
And he's like standing up to him.
Like he pushes to the left, like dips to the right, like
like some like Muhammad Ali shit or something.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Where'd you train?
Yeah. Anyway, fucking only use me blade.
That's a crazy ass memory that you just unlocked. I totally forgot about this.
Yeah. Anyway, so it wasn't until like 2009, which is fucking think about this, right, from an OpTic perspective. This was during Call of Duty 2, which is 2005. Call of Duty 4 was in 2006, 7. like OpTic didn't become a business until like an official business until 2008. So there's like this massive period where it was just like anybody could have just been like, has trademarks, like all the amount of money that I spent on making it a legitimate thing, on top of putting all the work, on top of like saying we are only a sniping team, and then from sniping team came sniping teams. So you have
I wonder if you would have picked me up back then. If I was like a COD sniper,
maybe
would I have been different as a COD sniper, or am I like a competitive sniper? I don't know.
No. See, that's the thing though. There's a lot of people who are very good at pubs
and they can't snipe pros.
Yeah, but they can't snipe, or can't they can't. For me, being a sniper in S&D, for example, it's about counting. It's about giving the call out. You're the sniper. You're the all-seeing eye. You're supposed to say, all right, 3 are going fucking left street.
That's a good point. That is why
right?
I like sniping.
That's it.
I feel like I could break down their whole strat.
Your whole job is to spot people because it's a game of numbers. 3 are on this side, 1, let's overload this one and keep track, right?
Especially in the jetpack games. Like,
yeah.
So I could jump and see the whole map for a second and be like, okay, they're all going A.
Yeah. So we started the sniping team. All the sniping teams came from there. We made the competitive. I made the competitive rules of sniping.
How much longer after this?
It had to have been like Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 is when they started.
Phase was way later.
Yeah, like 3 games later.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
like
kind
3
of a
games
long
later.
time.
Yeah. But they came in with the fresh look at it. They saw it from. They saw it from an entertainment perspective, like 360 trick shots, and like they. So see, the way that Tommy saw it, he saw sniping as skateboarding. I saw sniping as basketball. And
that's crazy.
And my brain, my wires crossed, because at times when I was playing and I was making a push to like
get a clip or something,
get something, whatever, I would feel like I'm going up for a layup.
Yeah.
Like my wires crossed.
Right. And you could see the play happen before.
Yeah, something like it just happened to be that. And he saw it as a.
How can I make this look as cool as possible?
Yeah, but like by that time, Grizz had already been doing the ladder. Zerg Grizz.
Is that like a famous sniper?
He was like the original montage sniper.
The Dracula montages.
Sniping montages.
Okay.
Right? Competitive sniping came from Papa.
Okay. So he was like he was spinning in circles and shit?
Yeah, but he was doing it in Call of Duty 2. Damn. Not only that, but he would do a weapon switch.
Oh,
so he would like in 2Jane, there's a clip in 2Jane where he jumps off of this one building, pulls out his Car 98, pulls out his pistol, and back then it was instant. It was like right, instant, like swapping. So and then it was like a 180 hit, and then he went into COD 4 and do it. And
I
like
that. He's like the first guy to think
of
that.
Yeah.
How can I add the most flair to this?
Listen, if you give me the Mount Rushmore of snipers,
what would you put on it?
Grizz is definitely up there. D-Treats is definitely up there. If we have to include PC players, it changes. But Predator definitely goes up there.
Was he a PC player? Was Predator a PC player?
No, he was like I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna make Matt tier list. Best snipers of all time.
That's gonna make someone super like tipped. Like someone's gonna feel super tipped, and a lot of people are gonna feel really.
Pamash is gonna be really mad.
Oh my god, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'll probably put him in the middle so he feels like welcomed.
But like Sprat's still above him a little bit.
Ooh, I didn't say that.
That would sting.
Nah, I talk a lot of shit. Good shit
about
Pamash.
Where would you put like me and Dashy like? Because we're like competitive.
I couldn't even do it because you guys are pro players. So by nature, you guys are just going to be infinitely, I don't know.
Yeah, because when I go sniping pubs, for example.
Yeah.
Like I'm just world starring.
Yeah.
And it looks sick as fuck.
Seth has a fucking 70-0 game with a sniper.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like if you're a pro Call of Duty, you can snipe regardless.
Yeah. I saw fucking Priesta. Like, is Priesta known as a sniper?
No.
But he was fucking at the game fuel at the game fuel thing. Like he was sniping like he'd been quick scoping his entire life.
Yeah.
And that's like the difference, right?
That's true.
But yeah, like the Mount Rushmore looks. I'm gonna make that thing, and I am a good authority on it because I've been playing and sniping since Call of Duty 2. Since 2005, I've identified as a sniper. Since 2005. I'm Dracula.
I've always been a sniper too, so I kind of tip that.
You know what I mean?
Because to be a sniper, you have to be an alpha. Because you're trying to like...
You're the quarterback.
You're just like, let me do it all. Let me take this thing out, and you guys can just don't die. And
let me use the hardest weapon to use in the game.
You get one bullet.
Yeah.
And you got one chance. That's why sniping is so typical, because it's like, if you miss, you're dead. And you know that. So it shows that you like don't break. You know, it's like, you'll like... To be a good pro player sniper, you have to go stand out in a really open spot that looks faded as fuck. So they stand there and try to chow you because it looks like a free kill to them.
Yeah.
But the more fade you look, the better. If you can hit the shot, it's like it's a first blood every round,
right? So if you go down that route, you're looking at it's like I'm shooting one bullet every 3 seconds against somebody that's unloading a 30 clip in 3 seconds to me.
Yeah, that's actually.
And when you're a pro player, you're dead regardless. It's like getting sniped.
Yeah, it feels
every bullet hits.
That's true.
You're getting melted.
Me and Brandon have talked about this before. Do you think that there's ever going to be a time where someone comes into the league and they're a sniper, but they're so good at sniping that like they use it in respawn and they just run around quick scoping it. They don't miss a bullet, and they're like the best player in the league. They use the only sniper. Can you imagine how crazy
one day
that
it
would
happen?
One day I feel like that will happen.
That will happen.
It'll change the game.
Let me say hello to the sponsors really quick. All right, Matt, give me a second. Let me say hello to the sponsors really quickly. This week's first sponsor is none other than Honey. If you like that money, you gotta get that honey. Why? Because we use it here at the Hex Quarters. Matt orders so many pizzas from Pizza Hut that the amount of money that this man has saved is mind-boggling, right? Because thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one that fits for you for your transaction. Imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites, and then when you go to check out, there is a Honey button that you click, and the second that you click it, it scours the internet. It goes out there far and wide and reaches for the best coupon that's most applicable to you that qualifies to get you a discount. All right, you just wait a few seconds as Honey searches the coupons, then they can find for that one specific site, whether it's Best Buy, Target, and like I said earlier, Pizza Hut. Like that's where you go. If Honey finds a working coupon, you'll watch the prices drop in your checkout. Like again, Honey doesn't just work for desktop, it works for your iPhone too. Just activate it on Safari, your phone, and save on the go. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on a bunch of cash. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting the Eavesdrop podcast, and I will personally appreciate that. I never recommend something that I don't use or we don't use here at the Hex Quarters, so something to think about. And you can get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/eavesdrop. That is joinhoney.com/EAVESDROP. Joinhoney.com/eavesdrop. The link will be in the description to make it super easy for you to save some loot. Our next sponsor this week happens to be Wealthfront. You know we care about our paper here. You know we're always making sure that we're looking out for y'all and giving you guys all of the intros into everything that can help you, right? And if you think about it, 2022, new beginnings. The beginning of a new year is a great time to finally start things like diets, workout routines, thinking about your financial future. Even if you don't plan on getting off your couch in 2022, you should at the very least do one responsible thing while you sit there, and that is check out wealthfront.com. Right? A lot of investments applications make it easy to start trading, but just because it's easy to do doesn't mean that you know what you're doing. Wealthfront makes it easy for you to invest and to grow your savings with a diversified portfolio that balances your other riskier bets, right? We all have regrets. One of my biggest regrets is not starting to think about my financial future or retirement early in life. That's actually true. The beautiful thing about getting started with investing earlier in life is that you have more time to build your wealth, compound interest and such. Don't put off your financial future like me. Go check out wealthfront.com today. And you can start investing in no time with Wealthfront's classic portfolio or make it your own with things that you care about, right? Like socially responsible funds, technology, crypto trusts, or hundreds of other investments. Wealthfront was designed by financial experts to help you turn on your good ideas into great investments without the hassle of doing everything on your own. Wealthfront is trusted with over $28 billion in assets, helping nearly 500,000 people build their wealth. To start building your wealth and you get your first $5,000 managed for free for life, go to wealthfront.com/EAVES. That's Eaves. That is WEALTHFRONT.com/EAVES. No drop, just Eaves, like Eavesdrop, but no drop. The link will be in the description down below to make it super easy for you to do that. And yeah, get clicking, get saving, get started on your future. We have some really good natural solutions. Matt, pay attention, please. If you're a current smoker, right, which I'm not, Matt, you still do, this can help you, right? What makes Fume unique is that Fume is the natural inhaler designed for a better, safer, and natural way to quit cigarettes. It's a no smoke, no vape, and no nicotine replacement for the hand-to-mouth habit of smoking. Replace the habit. Fume is made of 100% Canadian maple and uses coarse infused with plant oils, studied to curb cravings. They have flavors like peppermint to conquer many notes to stimulate menthol cigarettes, or other flavors like lemon berry bliss for a sweeter experience. And all other flavors are 100% natural, no harmful chemicals, no artificial flavors, and the absolutely no nicotine. Okay, Fume was launched in Calgary, Canada, in an effort to build a a more world of positive habits that has since helped over 50,000 customers around the world. They are on a mission to help 1 million people quit smoking by 2025 from start to finish and beyond. Thousands of reviews have been pointing towards the fact that quitting is tough, but Fume can really help. They've got thousands of 5-star reviews from smokers who have tried everything else and nothing has worked until they tried Fume. Okay? So whether you're a smoker or ex-smoker who still struggles with cravings, Fume is the perfect tool for you. It's time to create positive habits and quit naturally with Fume. And we're here to make it easier. Right now, if you head over to breathefume.com/HECZ, that's H3CZ, and use promo code HECZ, that's H3CZ, you are going to save 10% off your entire order. You're going to save on cigarettes you aren't buying and save on your initial purchase of Fume. That is 10% off your entire order when you head over to breathefum.com/H3CZ and use code H3CZ at checkout. So again, thank you for sponsoring the podcast, Fume. Thank you for sponsoring the podcast, Wealthfront and Honey. Let's get back to my man, FormaL. And getting back to that player that you said that's just hitting all the snipes, I mean, that will happen. But those are anomalies.
It'll be an anomaly.
It's an anomaly in the same way that Ronaldo and Messi are an anomaly.
Faker's an anomaly.
Faker's an anomaly.
Shotzi's kind of an anomaly. I'm not going to lie.
Like these anomalies, like in soccer specifically, like you have the two best that has ever lived playing against each other right now in the same
era,
same
time. So it's like LeBron and MJ playing against each other right now.
It would be like LeBron and MJ playing at the same time in their primes.
I wish I watched soccer more. I wish I was more invested in it.
I mean, I don't even watch it anymore, and I actually invested in and invested in some team. You know what I mean? But like in situations like that, I do think that will happen. Like, I think you were talking about how if you really think about Call of Duty, there is a way to play it to where there's protocols to every situation. Mm-hmm. Like if you get nerdy enough,
you can be perfect.
You can be perfect.
It's like, I've thought about it a lot over my career. Like there is a level you can reach that's truly unbeatable. It's just like the amount of effort required by all 4 players that would be doing it. It has to be like everyone has to be about it. If one person fucks it up, it's not going to work. Mm-hmm. It's like the 300, the phalanx, their defense. Like if one person's messing it up, it's not going to feel right.
Yeah.
But if everyone was doing it, like I don't know, I feel like the Call of Duty scene, even the Halo scene, like it's just like not as serious as like it could be. Which like it's whatever. Like it takes a lot of effort. But there is definitely a different simulation where like Call of Duty is taken very seriously, and it's like the only sport in the world, and it's like everyone plays perfect. And I know there's a way to play Call of Duty like that for sure, because like. I don't know. You'll see people get close to it. OpTic Dynasty was close to it in certain ways, right? We won a lot of events being not perfect, like not even close. We're just killing everyone. But there's definitely a way to play it where you're unbeatable, and no one's ever done it before. Yeah. But maybe someday.
Yeah, like protocols, right? Like falling back, and you watch this, and even though you know that you can push and kill them, you don't, because you don't know about everybody else. The discipline to just wait for the next push, like that sort of thing, is what could lead to have that thought.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this before, but like picture a hard point hold, right? Mm-hmm. And you're expecting a push from A, B, or C, and you're just like, okay, if they come here, we have this setup, and you'll see like on the mini map, you'll see the formation just like shift like an audible. It's like okay, they're coming from the left, so we do this setup, and everyone kind of shifts their positions to where it's like perfectly ready for that like push. Turrets. And you don't have to like kind of defend it all scrappily, because like you can still hold it, right? You got to win a bunch of gunfights, but like you can still hold it. But there's a way to do it to where it's like the first person that gets the fight is like unseen, then not traded, and the next person takes the fight, and then so on and so forth.
You know what's crazy about this conversation we just had is that I know exactly when it happened, how it happened, what map it happened in. This thing that you just told me, and nobody else like knows, but it makes sense. It was in the Russian map in the middle, Moscow, with the statues in the middle, and you're like,
I was like, look, if this guy does this, and this guy does this, and I'm like, if you're playing info the right way, and someone's out far enough, so the picture like Shotzi, he's your info getter, right? He's probably the best info getter in the league. He's the best bait because he stays alive. he's like, okay, he's sliding back and forth, whatever. He's collecting information. He relays that to you guys, and then at that point, you guys all rotate the setup into like this like impenetrable fortress.
Yeah.
You could do that in Call of Duty, right? And like as long as you still shot straight, you could hold it because it requires you to also hit your bullets, right? So that's like
moving
part of
targets,
right? So like you can't be getting gunned or else it's just gonna crumble. But there is a way to play perfect, and I don't think we'll ever see that. To be honest, I don't think it's possible, unless like it was a life or death thing. If aliens came in and said you guys got to make the best Call of Duty team you've ever seen, and they're gonna play against our aliens, and we're nasty, you know, like, and you have to come correct, like you got to come perfect, or else like the human race dies. Like that's the only way.
That is the only way. But I think that it will get to that point till somebody comes along and inspires people to be like, man, that is what a Call of Duty player should be.
Like Major Maniac.
Yeah,
I gotta give props to that guy.
Did he just get married?
I don't know. Probably. I hope so.
I saw he had a ring.
No. That was like I don't know. I thought that was like a drippy ring.
No, it was on his fucking.
I know, but I thought he was just like, I don't know. I saw the picture.
I'm married.
Where they're in suits. But Major Maniac, so like for example, me and Brandon were watching COD Champs. This is after we got knocked out. We're watching Minnesota play against Toronto, I want to say. And it's like a game 5 back against the wall type shit. They're playing Moscow S&D, and it's a 2v3, but the way the formation's set up for Toronto, it looks like the map's about to end because they have like a perfect setup of what you want to do. But Major Maniac makes this play where it's like it's the only play that would have worked, and the fact that he thought it back against the wall possibly last round of your tournament year, and he comes in and just pops a disgusting 3-piece, and you're just like, what the fuck? Next round gets a first blood. It's like he's willing your team along at that point, right? As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, now I know what I'm getting from that guy. I'm going to give you my all in return. Yeah. Like, I was like pissed at his teammates that they couldn't come and rise to the occasion because he was stepping up and ready to like put it online for them. Yeah. I was like mad when they lost. So I was like, damn, I tipped the fuck out of that. Yeah.
It's hard though, right? Like because when you're checked out, you're checked out.
That's the thing too. It's like he's also the type where when they're down dude, the only person that's making an 0-4 comeback in Call of Duty, I'm telling you right now, is Major Maniac. Or I want to say myself too, but I'm just for the sake of this, I think it's only Major Maniac.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, it's like he's like, we're in deep, boys. We're in deep. You're down like 1-4. You're like, that's one. We just play like, I don't give a fuck what happened. We can lose the next game. I'm so proud of us. Like some shit like that, you know? And he's just like, I'm ready to do this with you guys. If not, I mean, it's all good. Great event, boys. But let's see what we got. Like, let's play these games. And all of a sudden, it's 4-4. And you're like, we can fucking do this.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like changes. Everyone's inspired at that point.
Everything's changed.
And Toronto's breaking at that point. It's like competing there's so many roller coasters of emotions throughout one series, right? You can be up 2-0 in control, and then you lose game 5, round 11. But like that high you're riding when you're up 2-0 in control and you're fist bumping, you're like, these guys are fucking ass. You know? That can turn into like one shot. Oh my god, no! In the last round of S&D, it's like the highs and lows are so extreme in the middle of a series, like, and that's series to series too. You're playing so many series, like it's happening every time. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
The weirdest shit too, right? Is experiencing like what we've experienced from the beginning. Like if you would have told me way back then that we would end up in a place like this, I would have been like, yeah, it makes sense. I would have believed it. I would have believed it. I would hope for it, right? But I always knew that it would get to a place like this. But back then, it was like all about just
team houses, to be honest.
Yeah,
team houses were forced back then.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you were almost just like playing for word of mouth. This dude's good. And,
pride.
Yeah, pride. Right, and it made the passion more. But like now that you see like everything, right? Like you see people making just fucking
like
tons
dumb
of
money.
Dumb money, right? To play video games, like you sort of want to say like, who would have thought? But because I've been and you've been a part of this, you're like,
I did.
Obviously I wouldn't have. We didn't commit the time that we did to fucking build this shit the way that we did.
Right.
But
I feel like the HQ is a perfect setting for what we should be.
Yeah.
To be honest, it should feel like a living room that everyone can come to whenever they want.
Yeah.
But it's not too much to where you're feeling like your privacy is being invaded.
Correct.
So if you're here, you understand like, okay, I could have a camera on me, whatever. Yeah. But if I come to the HQ, I know like once I step through that door, anything goes.
Anything goes, yeah.
And I'm down for it. Like,
yeah.
But as soon as I leave, then it's like, leave me alone. And like, it's like, that's what happens. It's like, you're left alone. It's perfect. It's the perfect thing.
I leave, and that's what I wanted. Who the fuck, where was it? Oh, it was at the Red Bull Nate Shot fucking photo shoot or something, or the announcement.
I remember
that.
But
we all went. It was like, even Big Timer and Embos and Mike came.
This was a big deal back then.
Yeah.
The Red Bull sponsorship.
Like, we all went just to keep the COD team company, right? Like, Proofy, fucking Seth, Clay and Nate chat, and we went. But it was like they would go scrim, and then they would come home and we would just chill. And I'm like, that's what I want. Like that's what team houses can't give you right now.
They can't.
You wake up next to your setup. You go to sleep next to your setup.
Yeah, like the OpTic Scuf house, like there were times I liked it, but there were definitely times I didn't like it. Whereas in the HQ, I don't really have much complaints at all.
Yeah, because it's like it's like a work hangout place.
Yeah, it's like a living room. It's a one big living room.
Yeah, I think that's no bullshit. One of the reasons why no one makes fun of it. You know what I mean?
Like, how could you possibly make fun of it?
Well, it's like for an org as big as us with the money that we have behind us.
Oh, you're saying it could be like a doper facility?
Hey, it could be like the Envy.
No, I don't want it to be like that, though. I like this way more.
Why, what do you think it is?
It feels like a living room. That's the bottom line. And I know that it's always there, but only when I want it. So it's like, if I want to stream, it's right
walking
there.
Distance.
It's a 30-second walk.
Yeah.
And when I go to my place, I know it's time to wind down and relax and get some sleep.
I got to take a shit. I'm
chill.
going to my place.
No.
You go here?
Yeah. I mean, like, most of the time there's no one here. It's like 3 a.m.
True.
It's different if it's like full of people. I don't like shitting if it's full of people.
like Maniac walks in and he's like,
yeah, he blasts music.
Yeah. And then they get mad at him. He's like, "What? You'd rather hear me?"
He's saying this in the stall too.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, "What? You rather hear me fart?
So you want me to hear you shitting?" Like, it's like,
imagine being a corporate dude that works for some financial institute.
So taken back.
You're wearing a suit. You're going to work, and here's this fucking.
Here's Nick blasting a rap battle in the stall, and it's loud as fuck. And he's like, "Can you turn it down?" And Nick's like, "You'd rather hear me shitting?" Like,
yeah. It's like,
the guy's just so weirded out. Like, he's just like, "Get me out of here." Wipes his ass.
He wipes his ass, and then on the way back to his desk,
he's so checked.
He's like, "Man, I want to be that free.
Yeah.
I want to be that free."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
and at the same time, it's like, if we boil it all down, he's fucking right. I would rather hear
because he
music.
only went to go take a shit because he was escaping his office.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have to shit. He just sat there with his pants on.
Yeah, so
like he just wanted to break, and then like this guy ruined it.
Get some white canceling noise. That's the other thing again, right? Like if you told me back then, like I knew that it was gonna get to this, but I didn't know if it was gonna pick me as like think about how many people back then tried to do what we accomplished. And it's thousands of fucking people that just never broke. Great ones, better content, better skill, more suit. I don't know, whatever, whatever item you want to put out there on the table. We're not the only ones that won fucking championships. You know what I mean?
But what do you do with them at that point? Like you have to do something with them. Like it's like a. I feel like a tournament win for an org is like it puts you in the spotlight for a week. Yeah. And if you use that week properly, that could be turned to a month and so on and so forth. But if you don't, then it's forgotten within the week. Yeah. Until the next event. And if you win again, then you're relevant for a week. Yeah. You know, it's like, I don't know.
Content for sure fucking was the defining thing.
Carries
because we recorded story. And like everybody followed along because they were a part of that story.
Exactly. Like even like when a show comes out like the Jordan documentary or the Tom Brady documentary, it's so interesting to someone like me because it's like I'm watching these matches forever. Yeah. Right. These games, and I'm like learning about this icon. But then you want to know more about them because it's to you. I'm just a POV on the screen. Yeah. But as soon as you can get into my life a little bit and be like, okay, I actually really fuck with this guy. Yeah. Now it's different. Now it's way different, and it's like you can relate and you can actually relate to him. Yeah. Like
regular dude.
I think I really like the streaming YouTube, just everything about like getting more to know about like your favorite person. Yeah, is like super cool. That's accessible.
Yeah, that's why watch parties work. That's why like watch parties are gonna change like everything. They're gonna change sports. They're gonna change movies. They're gonna change everything.
Somebody wants to watch anything alone. Yeah, you want to like celebrate the hype moments and be like, dude, that was sick. Yeah, right. Like
I've never been to a theater room in which like fucking Thor comes back into and everyone's clapping like, yo.
Yeah, me either.
I want to go to that theater.
Me either.
With those people.
I just could never do that. But yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like I missed out on that.
Yeah, I
missed. People be like, dude, everyone was crying in that Marvel Endgame thing, and I was like, I didn't. Yeah. Because I'm picturing my experience. You know what my experience was? We went to London, and I went to go see it by myself after it was out for like months, and I went to go see it by myself because everyone went to go sleep. And
it was in French.
And I was in jet lag. And I'm reading subtitles. Yeah. Like and I was like, it wasn't that good.
No. and it's a French theater.
Yeah.
Right, where they don't bring drinks to your seat. No. Or chicken tendies. You know what I mean?
I was eating some weird ass candy. Yeah. It didn't make any sense to me. It looked like Sour Patch Kids. But
no offense to my French brothers out there. I'm just saying theaters over here are better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For sure. You guys need to actually get with the program. Well, what I meant was like there's theaters in which you sit in a lazy boy and then you fucking press a button and then you order What do you want? 3 margaritas, fucking nachos, and tendies.
They always got milkshakes too.
Milkshakes.
Shit.
Yeah, it's the most fire. I do wish that Call of Duty was a little bit more global when it came to like the championships of it. I don't like having it in LA. I like having it in LA every 3 years.
But you want like a Dubai event?
I want a Dubai event.
Sick as fuck.
When Method said we should have champs in London, I was like, fuck yeah, 100%. But then I'm like, we've been to London, and I miss London.
London's great,
but let's go to Dubai. The amount of Middle Eastern Call of Duty players that exist is fucking nuts.
You know about that guy that plays pros 1v1 for like 5K?
No.
There's a player, I want to say he's from Dubai.
Yeah.
He goes into player streams. He did it to Illy not too long ago. He goes into the streams and he asks to 1v1 him. Seth played him. Like, he says, he donates them $5,000 and says, like, 1v1 me. And he's really fucking good. I forget his name, but it's a real thing. He's done it to a lot of streamers. And, like, he'll 1v1 him, and if you beat him, you beat him. If not. He gives you 5K out of the way, I think.
Yeah. That's dope. That's what I would do.
But he's, like, gross.
Yeah.
I think Sim played him. I think he beat Sim, I think.
I mean, the connection is an issue.
Yeah, no, it's like host wars, but still, like, I don't know. He's killing you on your host.
Hit me up. I wanna take you on tour. I'm gonna get the OpTic van. Right? We have OpTic Dubai in the fucking building. This dude, and he's gonna go around, and every single time someone beats him, if he's that nasty, someone beats him.
I heard he's gross.
$2,500. Well, maybe we'll start with $100. I don't know the mathematics. Okay.
Like, I wonder how many players over there are disgusting that just like don't even get a chance to show it.
Yeah, and I wonder which one of them realized that if they played a different game, they would be even way better.
Yeah, how many fucking people that are working at Subway right now could be the best Call of Duty player in the world?
A lot.
I
mean, how many fucking 29-year-old soon-to-be dad account analyst at an insurance company
could be the best Counter-Strike player in the world, or some random shit.
Or even can build one of the most popular brands in a space.
But they're just too scared to even try. Because say you were to take the journey of being a pro player, say you right now, tomorrow, you decided you want to play in the CDO.
100%.
Like,
that's different though. You're talking about anomalies, right?
Yeah, it'd be an anomaly, but like being a pro player is an anomaly.
Yeah, I think
compared to the player base.
I think it's what do you think it's easier to be a pro player? At like a top 10 pro player, or a streamer that can make a living streaming?
Fuck, that's a good question. I feel like they're equally as hard.
I don't think so.
I think streaming is honestly more luck involved, because I feel like Twitch specifically is just like you stream and the best thing you can do for yourself is be consistent. But the moment you get a wave, you have to ride it as hard as possible, and that's your chance to blow up, right? But if you don't do that, then you'll be forgotten within a week.
Yeah.
Twitch demands a schedule.
Jesus Christ, 100%.
But if you do, they reward you.
Yeah.
You know, like they like that.
Yeah.
And that's when you can actually see growth. People come to my stream all the time and like, what are your tips? That's my tip. Be consistent.
Like, if you think about it, like there's people out there that have been grinding for 3 years. They finally get popularity and they're like, finally, all right, I'm gonna take it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's not when it happens. Once you get to the opportunity to be in front of 1,000 people, then you need to work twice as hard as before.
Yeah, like I wonder how many people just want to be partnered. And then once they get that partnership with Twitch, they fall off.
Yeah.
Or they just lose passion for it. Because you set a goal that's like so low, right? I mean, it's not like a bad goal, but I'm saying like you want to see the best for yourself. You don't want to just be you want to be an established great partner.
Yeah.
You want to be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the thing there too, though, so you have to think about it, right? Like if you're grinding your ass off to get enough viewership to become a partner, that means that it's like, okay, I'm gonna make money off of gaming. Maybe I can quit my job. So for 3 years, it's
like wishy-washy.
So for 3 years, you're like, all right, I'm gonna quit my job as soon as this fucking. I'm like, oh, I'm a partner. Oh, I should only make fucking $200. I can't quit my job, man. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's like. But if he kept on going, obviously 200 turns into 20.
Yeah. Who knows?
I don't know. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I do know though that if you ain't cut out for fucking consistency,
let me answer your question though, because I actually have a better answer for you now. I think it's hard to be a pro player because to be a pro player, you either have it or you don't. Whereas streaming is more who you are as a person rather than your actual skill.
Yes.
So you can advertise yourself and you can bet on yourself and be just entertaining. You know, you can train yourself to be entertaining.
Yeah, 100%.
But you can't train you can play Call of Duty every day on non-stop and then you just realize you're not that good.
Yeah, but if you tell that to somebody who's shy, like, I mean, Ailey's got skill though. But if you just tell a shy person, it's like, hey, and they suck. It's like, hey, look, you don't have the skill to be a pro player, and you're too shy to be a fucking streamer.
So just go work at Subway?
No, it's like, which one are you like more likely to be able to do? Change and act differently than
Change
who you are
as a person to the core, or
gain skill. You can't
or
gain skill. You get the skill that you get to. And that's it.
You'll peak and you'll realize you peaked.
Yeah.
Like it can't get much better than like. Yeah. Like when I think about myself,
I love playing basketball. I could play basketball fucking double the time that LeBron plays. I'm never gonna be.
It's just not.
Just physically not able to. It's like there are things that you can't. But just your attitude. Your attitude on bring that back, Matt. Your attitude, your outgoing personality, that you can change. I don't know who Zach Bussey is, but it says over the last 90 days, if you average more than 6 viewers, you are in the top 6.7% of Twitch.
That is crazy.
That's how many people there are. 11 or more, you're in the top 3.1%.
What the fuck?
To get in the top 1%, you need 51 people. 51 people. So think about that.
That's insane.
What's 1% of a million, Matt? 100?
10,000?
10,000?
That's good math right there.
That's good math, dude.
Good math.
I'm like, 12? 15? Anyway, what is it, Matt?
10,000.
10,000?
He said 10,000. That's why I was like, that's good math.
10,000 people, only 10,000 people in the world get 50 viewers.
There's 1 million streamers?
So it's like, if there's, no, there is, in theory.
How many streamers are there?
How many streamers are there on Twitch?
Is that documented? That
yeah, of course. Yeah, you can.
How many in total streamers are there?
The thing is, like, there's 9.2 million monthly active streamers, not watchers, streamers.
9.2 million active monthly.
Yeah, listen to this shit.
What the fuck?
Listen to this shit. In 2020, 2 years ago, the number of monthly active streamers jumped from 3.9 million to 9 million.
In what year?
In 2 years.
In 2020?
In 2 years, it tripled.
Do you think that's to do with COVID?
Could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Could be, but
people just staying home.
It could be, but like the more that this becomes mainstream, the more that people are gonna be like, "Oh, there's an option. I could do that."
It's an option. It's really like
I'm not fucking fun. I'm the funniest dude in my class. I'm class clown every year.
Exactly.
I'm like,
people laugh.
100% start streaming.
And at that point, it's like the problem is like there's probably a lot of undiscovered talent streamers out there that just like I said, you got to catch a wave, because if you don't catch a wave, how are they supposed to come to your stream in the first place? So you have no followers or anything, you start your stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do then?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know. Because when I started streaming on Twitch, I was already a pro player. Yeah. So that's my pull.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that, then what do you have?
Well, we did that.
Know. Guess so.
Think about it, right? Like in 2000 and
you guys kind of did. Yeah.
There was no videos being uploaded. If there was 15 people. Right? So when people talk about, thanking the people that paved the way for this, what about the people that had the fucking the shovels and the picks like I did, and we were laying down the material?
You're mining out like a shaft.
He's like, here, I'm going to give you the fucking asphalt.
And you're like, here's the diamonds, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Come on, go fucking. That's always been a big fear of mine. Always. From the beginning of all of this, when I saw what this was becoming, my fear was, if I'm going to work on this and if I'm going to help build this thing, I fucking better benefit from this. Because think about the amount of people that helped this industry be where it was that never got a fucking single dime from it.
Or even any validation. It all comes back to being tipped, too.
Yeah.
Like, people just want their validation.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't get that, then what did you do it for? It's like you didn't do it at all. To them, they're going to feel, like, really slighted by it and, like, just have a sour taste in the mouth. Fuck gaming.
I was just thinking, like, being tippable and tipped is the everything.
It's the end all be all.
Even before the internet.
Everyone does everything to be tipped.
Everything does, like what you're wearing.
What you're wearing, you want to be tipped by that. What your hair is, like the way you talk. It's just like, it's just a form of validation.
Yeah, it's like, please,
look your time going out is getting something.
Appreciate me. Please.
Show me some sort of love, please, man.
Show me, please.
Do you know how hard I worked on that? Like, I need like a thank you. I need like a you did great.
Yeah.
So I can be like, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. I feel good about myself now. That's why I did it.
Yeah.
Because like if you're doing it for like anything else, then like I don't even know what the other reason could be.
Dude, I painted trains for close to 15 years, and I would buy paint.
Was it because you wanted to be tipped in some way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted people to know that I'm a good graffiti artist, not artist, just graph writer.
It's just validation.
And I would go and paint, and I would never see. I've never seen one of my own trains in the wild. I've painted a shit ton of trains in my time. A shit ton. Matt, type in Hex Graffiti. And allegedly that's me. I'm not saying that's me. That's somebody that's, you know what I mean? But I would do it just so it can go somewhere and hoping images, hoping that someone somewhere,
you're in a restaurant and like
count that. How many? That's already like
All yours?
I mean, some of them.
Supposedly?
The ones that say hex, supposedly, are me. No, don't put train, Matt.
Like if you were at a restaurant somewhere like 10 years from now and someone came up to you and said like, hey man, I love your graffiti, you would have some weird ass
I would be like,
some weird ass like inner thing that's like, thank you.
But at the same time,
thank you.
But finally. At the same time, if he goes like, I also write, this is my shit, and he's gonna be like, thank you.
Yeah.
But if somebody doesn't write graffiti or isn't an artist, they just appreciate art because it's pretty, it's got colors, and somebody's like, yo, I mean, I appreciate your shit. I'd be like, thanks, man. But it wouldn't mean as much as somebody who's skilled, and like the people that I look, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Viewers at home, I want you guys, the next time you're on Twitter, just go down your timeline, and I want you to read the tweets and read if they're trying to be tipped or not, okay? And if you really think about it, read it carefully, because anytime you read a tweet, they want to be tipped in some way. Like, that's what Twitter is. People are putting things out onto Twitter to be tipped for it.
Yeah.
Whether it be a joke
opinion,
or a play they had or whatever, they're all looking for just gas in their mentions. That's all that they're looking for. And I want you to go down your Twitter and just look at it all and just like...
Anyway, so like I would literally go out, paint it, but spend money to paint something that I'll never see again in hopes that another graffiti writer somewhere, not just people, like a specific group of people, to look at my shit and say...
And tip you for it.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I mean? And most of the time I was like, ew, what the fuck? He fucked that up.
Yeah.
Because once I got above here, like my hand-eye coordination went to shit. Sometimes it didn't. Before Infinite, last Halo tournament was 11. Oh, this is Matt. This is the last time he competed?
Yeah, in Halo.
So last time Matt competed in Halo was November 9th of 2014.
Yeah.
Halo MCC launch invitation.
One of my favorite events ever. Probably my top 5.
Wait, was that when you joined OpTic?
Okay, so, yeah. This is at the end of 2014. MCC was the next Halo coming out after Halo 4.
Mm-hmm.
And they announced like an 8-team tournament, and they announced 8 captains. I was one of the captains.
But you had been playing Call of Duty by then.
I was playing COD.
Okay.
They just kind of invited me if I took it. If not, they had a backup.
Yeah.
But I took it. And because I was still really good friends with Lethal APG and Maniac. And I kind of told them, like, hey, guys, I got a captain spot. Do you guys want to go to this event? And just kind of play it. Just to be, we were all best friends at the time. We were in Skype calls nightly, like just bullshitting. Mm-hmm. So they were down. And somehow we won the tournament. And it was just like a crazy cool one to win because we didn't plan on winning it. There were teams that were like scrimming before this.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They were going hard. Like playing old Halos to try to like get ready for the new one, and I was. And
you guys want us to believe the hype?
Yeah, we just went BTH and just like
what did fucking OpTic place there? 5th, 6th. Who's my team? Flame, Ace. I got your Pistola. Snipe Down and Elamite.
You guys had an OpTic team?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we had an OpTic team from the beginning.
What the fuck? I do not remember that.
Yeah. Flame Sword.
Yeah, well, anyways.
Yeah, Flame captained that.
Yeah. Anyways,
dude, that's the biggest finesse. Not finesse because I love my brother, right? Like, he's my boy, but he comes on as a coach to coach OpTic.
He comes on initially as like a fucking. I remember he came on as like a
fitness
enthusiast.
Well, coach fitness guys, making meals and shit. But the second that Halo popped up, he's like, "Yo, man, let me start a Halo team." I'm like, yeah, you're my bro. Bro. He's like, yeah. I
know what you're trying to say.
It's like, I'm your friend.
I know.
Yeah, we're friends.
You
do
got that shit. You got that shit.
Yeah, man.
Let me know how it goes.
Hey, make sure that you get a good fucking team, all right? He's like, dude, we got Ace. And I'm like, oh, Ace won that 1v1 tournament against Pistola.
Nick.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like,
looking at it now, it's like,
no, the Nick one was also fun.
You guys had Stellar at one point. Think about that.
Yeah.
And Stellar was way out of their league, dude.
Yeah,
way out of their league, dude.
Yeah. Brandon was fucking cool, though. Like
I think his name's Braden.
Yeah, no, but I call him Braden.
Oh.
Because he's Jamaican.
Is he?
I don't think so. Like he said something sometime that made me think
he thinks he's so woke.
Anyway, he does. Anyway, but it was pre Flame Sword brainwash. You know what I mean? But he comes on and he's like, yo, let me get a team. I'm like, cool, boom, boom. And then I like 3 months later we're at Champs in Los Angeles, and then fucking Maniac comes in. And I've never met this dude. I just see some fucking.
Really? That was the first time you met Nick?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? What's up, man? He's like, hey. And I'm like, what the fuck? You think
he doesn't give he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm like, I truly don't give a fuck, right? I'm like, yeah, you think you don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck off.
Like, yeah, it's like you think you don't give a fuck, but I really don't
give a fuck. But so you're both just like, what's up? You're just
I was like,
nothing.
It's like, what's up, man? He's like, hey, all right. Cool.
Bet.
And then I get back home and he's like, yeah, Nick's gonna be moving in with us. I'm like, who the fuck said that? Why did nobody fucking check with me?
My God. Wait, that's true. He did kind of just show up at the OpTic house.
I'm like, who the fuck let him in? And he's like, Flame's like, what? I told you. I'm like, no, you fucking didn't. You did not fucking tell me. This dude shows up and I'm like, oh, is this fucking too cool to say hi? So I get in there, I'm like, what's up, man?
You know why though? You know what that comes from? Because you want to be tipped by him. Like subconsciously, you want him to tip you because like you know at this point you were tippable, and he's not tipping it at all. It's like he doesn't know who you are, but he knows who you are.
Yeah.
And I know that he tips it, but he's not the type of person to tip it like first meeting and share like anything like that. He still won't tip it unless like you bring it out of him.
And then I did research to see if he was tippable.
He's not tippable.
So I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you acting like that?
Yeah. Why aren't you like? I thought I was gonna look at this shit and see you had 30 wins.
Yeah.
But nah, like I know what you mean.
But then he was grinding his ass off, and I'm like, that's tippable.
He was just still shit though, so it's not that tippable.
I don't know. He ended up being one of my favorite fucking humans. You know,
he's one of my favorite humans, for
bro.
sure.
Like he can only exist on the internet. If the internet world didn't exist, what the fuck would he be doing?
I don't know, dude.
You know what I mean? Because
I was working at a grocery store.
I was barely being a human being. You know, I was working a corporate job.
Yeah, that's crazy. You had that simulation.
It's the craziest
You had that
shit.
Simulation, but you've also had this simulation. It's because I've only had this simulation.
Yeah.
You've truly went down different walks of life that I just haven't done
Yeah.
or can't experience at this point.
It sucks.
It's
Imagine if you had to be like, hold on, guys, and you press 3-4-4-3 to make sure that your manager knows that you took a pee break and it was only for 3 minutes. Because you had to go.
You had to clock back in.
Yeah, 3-3-4-3. It's like, bro, I'm like, to take a piss.
Miserable, dude.
It was.
It sounds miserable.
It was, dude. I would drive to work.
What are you thinking on the way to work?
Like, I'm like, what? I'm like, this can't be it.
This can't be it. This can't be what life's all about.
No bullshit. I swear on my mind, and I always tell the story. It felt like I was waiting for a vacation. You know how when you're like, it's like, I'm going fishing next week.
I could see that. I could see that totally.
Like I was feeling like, you know how like, oh my god, 2 more weeks and we're on vacation, summer vacation.
Oh my god, there's a 3-day weekend coming up in school or some shit. And you're just like,
but I felt like that every single day of my life.
But you kept that along through your adulthood.
Yeah,
I had let that go once high school ended.
Bro, I was like, this can't be it. This can't be it. This can't be it. This can't be it. So the second that I found out that I could make a living off of video games, I'm like, this is it, and I am gonna make sure that I benefit from this thing if I'm helping build this thing, because I've always been fearful of that. I've always been fearful of being left behind on something that
everyone has a fear of being left out, whether that be like a party you see on Instagram and you're like, I didn't get invited, what? Or like it's like a movement, NFTs or something. I'm sure there are people out there that are getting involved just because they want to be involved, and it's like it's human nature to want to be a part of something and to have a purpose. And at the end of the day, it's really about hitting tip, because at the end of the day, like you're only being a part of it because you want to be like in the top of the top. I don't know, the top circle of that.
I think it also came from the fact that I'm like, I had an idea, and I had a feeling that everything that's happening now, and even now from today, fucking Tuesday, 2/22/22, which is a palindrome and also a palindrome. I don't know, whatever. From here in the next 20 years, like the amount of shit that's going to be invented, there are so many millionaires, mega millionaires, multi-millionaires watching this video that they don't fucking even realize that all they have to do is try.
Holy shit.
All they have to be is like, what's missing?
That's crazy.
I'm going to tell you what's missing right now.
That's crazy.
I'm going to tell you what's missing. And listen, if you fucking go out and get this job and you fucking make money, you got to pay me back, okay? Something.
Because that's tipping.
Because you got to tip me.
It has to be at least be a tweet. Like, yo, just got my new Bugatti because of HECZ.
Yeah.
Because he inspired me on 2/22/22.
Not just on my fucking birthday, okay? Do it all the time. Anyway.
Once a month.
Yeah. Right now, on the Metaverse, you can buy land, right?
Really?
How do you buy land on the Metaverse? Let me see. I got it, Matt. You're too slow.
Crypto?
How to buy land in the Metaverse. Boom. It is the second search, virtual real estate super world, Superman. Like right here. Why the fuck has not any single one of these fucking famous... This is what I'm saying. I don't have time for this. But if I was watching at home, wanting to leave what I was doing, I would become a fucking realtor in here. And it was, what the fuck does that?
Metaverse.
What the fuck does that mean? It means literally fucking nothing. It means me going to FormaL and be like, yo, Matt, I just bought this lot. It's $10,000. You should buy the one right next to me.
You're a VR realtor.
I'll be like, yo, just buy it. Just convince somebody to do it. It's the future. What is it going to be? We don't know, but we know that it's the future. It's $10,000. You can sell it.
Because at some point, there was a time period when, like, in real life, someone said that same shit.
Yeah.
And they were like, buy a house next to me.
Yeah.
Let's make a market.
Look, right here. You can go here and do that. But nobody is being a salesman right here. Nobody's going to the person that owns this parcel and be like, yo, you want me to sell this for you? I mean, I guess the website is acting like that, but nobody's acting like that for that website.
I feel like there's people out there that their job is to go and find opportunities like this. Is this like what an entrepreneur is?
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
They're just looking for the next big thing, and they're just getting involved in it every time.
And guess what? Guess what? You literally ain't doing shit but convincing you're selling. Always be closing. You're closing somebody, be like, yo, let me fucking. I would be like, yo, hey, I'm
you like money?
Real estate guy. Metaverse real estate guy, do you want to buy this? Like, there's no one brokering. Like, literally, if I was not doing what I'm doing right now, I would be fucking doing this.
I believe it.
I would be selling.
Because that's what you did in real life too, right? You were selling houses?
No, I was mortgages. I was in the back end of mortgages. So, like, the lending side of that. So, the bank would be like.
Are you a middleman between the bank and the person?
No, I am the bank.
Oh, what the fuck?
But I'm not the bank personally, but I work for the bank.
So you're getting sent by the bank to go talk to someone?
No, somebody makes an application, I review it, and like, they can pay for it. But at the time, it was subprime lending. So,
wait, so were you
even
like
if you didn't qualify,
oh my god,
you remember you saw that?
Yeah, that was like a big reason why the whole thing like failed,
Washington
right?
Mutual right here.
Oh, so what if you were the one?
I could have been, bro. I was thinking about
made
this.
The market collapse.
I could have been. I'm gonna tell you why.
You shouldn't be that happy. I'm not tipping you for that.
What? I don't give a fuck. I was making money. You know what I mean? I was making fucking money. I was fucking making money.
There's no way.
Listen, I am the son. I am an immigrant. Right? I was born in the United States, but I'm a fucking immigrant. There's no world in which I'm not here to make money. Like, I'm literally here to make sure that I'm working constantly.
I tip that.
All right. So all I had to do was close 30 loans a month.
30 loans a month.
30 loans a month. Okay.
And how easy was it to close? Could you just like
subprime?
lie?
No, I couldn't. No, somebody else was doing the line. All I was doing was making sure that everything was in compliance. That I had a note, that I had an appraisal, that I had this, that I had that. Everything was.
You were going on a checklist.
Yeah, I was going on a checklist, and I made sure there was that. 30 loans a month, okay? On a Friday, the last Friday of the month, 1 month, I closed 61 loans. 61 loans.
Is that a lot? You're saying like it's a shit ton. That's a shit ton.
That's one day. And that's
per day.
Listen, all you have to do is close 30. Like, my boss is like, you have to close 30 loans a month.
If you don't, you're fired. If you do, you're doing great.
Yeah. In 1 day, I closed 61.
Wait, 1 day?
1 day, closed 61.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? You had to have been lying.
I wasn't, no.
Yeah, come on. I know people at home are feeling this too.
No.
61. What were you just cracked as fuck that day? You were just like, this looks good. This looks good. This looks good.
All the loan officers knew who to go to get shit done.
Yeah, they go to the liar. He's guaranteed.
No, because I had to be in compliance, and I was. Everything I'm like, I need this. Well, if you give me this, like it works. I followed.
I mean, it sounds typical.
Listen,
I'll tip you for it, I guess.
All I know is that I was doing what my boss told me to do.
But nah, you were
I'm
employee
a
of the month. You were employee of the month for that month.
I was on a company-wide newsletter.
Like, was there like whispers of you throughout the office? Like, that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
That's 61.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what's up? What are you guys eating?
There's just know that I knew what fame was before I knew what your name was.
You walking into like a break room, like feeling like the man. How many deals you guys close?
See, look, Hector Rodriguez, Long Beach Mortgage.
Long
Beach. 3 Mile High.
Wait, were you in Chicago?
Mile High Pile. I'm trying to, like, I've Googled this before, and like I've found like that actual like picture of the letterhead where I'm like this sitting. There's piles of fucking loans that I just closed, and I'm like this because I knew I just fucking made. I made fucking. I don't know. I made like fucking 15 grand. 15 grand that month.
Oh shit.
I was making paper, yo.
That's paper.
When I was like 25, 26 is when I.
That's paper.
26. Imagine that.
But you walked away from that.
When it crashed, the economy collapsed.
Yeah, so then you were just like, fuck this.
Yeah, they're like, Hector's team, and I know he's not in charge.
Did you get fired?
Nah. Well, yeah, eventually. But not for that. No, they just let people go because there was
like
no...
Eventually they just couldn't like pay them?
Bro, it was fucked up what they were doing. They were giving people loans that couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
And here I am, an impressionable young man, easily swayed, corrupted by money. Huh?
But what exactly made the market crash? Because like you got like a whole bunch of people saying people are getting like... How many realtors? Is it realtors that were at fault here, or the banks, or a lot of both?
The brokers.
What's a broker?
The people that go to you and be like, hey, you have a house that's worth $300. We can give you a $600,000 loan because you qualify because of your employment. So we're gonna give you $600,000.
How does that make the broker money?
Because he gets a percentage of that.
And he's just saying, so the more times, the more he's signing away, the more money he's making.
Yeah, but think about it. And I was working my ass off to become a broker.
Oh shit!
I was working my ass off to become a broker because every single one of my brokers was fucking caking.
Cashing?
Yeah, millions.
And they're probably bragging about it. It probably seemed like.
Oh yeah, bro, they were driving the fucking fly as shit, and here I am, 25. I want. No, I mean
not hating life, but like you just want that life.
I wanted that life. I wanted the money. I wanted the money. I'm like, there's more to this shit. Like I was making good money. I had my own house,
but there was levels to it. You still wanted to like level up.
There's levels to shit. And I was like, I got.
Okay, so like they were just giving out. Like how many people are we talking here? How many people were at fault?
Millions.
And they were all okay with it because they were all making so much money.
Well, yeah. I mean, the brokers, and the people that were getting a loan for the house. The American dream is to own your house. And when somebody's like, man, you can only afford $100,000 home. But then here comes this dude. He's like, hey,
you can find
like, hey, if you pay more in interest, we can give you a $300,000 house.
Lying?
Yeah,
just lying, but knowing they're lying, but knowing like it's.
At one point, I remember one instance. One of the appraisals, an appraisal is like they take pictures of your home and they tell you the landlines or the landmarks and what it's worth. They had to Photoshop this house onto it. Because that was not the house. It was an empty lot. And they gave that loan out. And I was just like, you know what's even more fucked up? Every day, because Jude and I used to work together, every day Jude would go home and she's like, it's like what they're doing is so wrong.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. Well, she's like,
so there's a lot
and she brought it up. Yeah. And she brought it up to like management.
What'd they say?
She
don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
She's like, we're all making money. Why the fuck are you?
Right.
I was like, she's like, this is gonna go so bad so soon. I'm like, well, then we, and I'm like, well, we gotta fucking make paper then.
So what was like the day that this happened, where like it crashed? What made it crash that day?
Have you seen what was the name of the movie with The Big Short?
I've seen it, but I watched it on a plane. Wasn't paying attention.
You should watch it again. They sort of explain it.
It's what it's about.
And yeah, it's exactly.
No,
about
yeah.
that.
Actually, that's what I was like referencing in my mind when I was saying like they're giving out fake loans, because I do remember that in that movie.
Yeah,
like
it's mortgage-backed securities.
We're fucking them over, but it's okay.
Yeah,
like that was the attitude they had.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck. No one gave a fuck.
It's just, but it all comes back to greed.
Dude, yeah, it's greed. When everyone's making money, like who cares, man? You know what I mean? Like you get lost in that sauce. And here I am, a 25-year-old. Somebody told me, it's like, hey, you're gonna get paid. What's I making? Like $75,000 a year. You're gonna make $75,000 a year, but then on top of that, you have the opportunity to make an extra $1,500 a month if you close all your loans. And I'm like, well, what if I close more? Oh, it's like, well, more. It multiplies, and boom, boom, boom.
Damn.
Here I am closing fucking 456 loans a month when all you're required to do is 30. It was me and one of my me and this Indian dude. His name was I won't say his name. His first name is Jig.
Is he wanted? What do you mean?
No, because I don't know if he's that, but we were fucking grinders. I was like, that was my dude.
You are a grinder.
Me and that dude, we were fucking crushing. We were fucking, everybody was talking about us.
One thing I'll tip about you, like,
there's so much. Which one are you going to pick today?
I don't know. Give me a sec.
My modesty.
Okay, so whenever we're doing like a content day, for example, as soon as there's a camera on, you're down for legitimately like anything at all. Whereas like the rest of us are divas. I'll be down for some shit. Yeah. But there's like some shit I went, like the dunk tank last year. I was just like, I'm not
doing that either.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have done that.
Okay, yeah, but like you're just down to try like anything basically.
Yeah.
Except
because I know the other side. I know the other life.
Exactly.
I know the other simulation.
You're like, I'm fucking down shooting with a paintball gun.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fuck yeah. We get paid to what? To act a fool on camera sometimes? To give your opinion on something? Yeah. I know the difference.
Yeah,
I worked my
crazy.
ass. I worked at UPS. UPS is.
You worked at UPS?
Yeah. Shout out to all the UPS workers out there.
I was a loader. Hard knock.
I was a loader, bro. In Palatine, Illinois.
So you're putting boxes from the store into this
from
truck?
the belts. So there's
shit.
A plane lands. Trucks bring boxes to the area that
slipping and it starts piling up. Are you panicking?
Oh yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
Listen to me. It fucking the sorters up there will be like Frisco, Plano, whatever, but in Illinois. So it'd be Palatine, Buffalo Grove, et cetera, et cetera. So they're like, all right, these go here. Oh, Chicago goes over here. Boom, boom, boom. The shit, they would come down a belt line, and then they would go into those rollers. You know those rollers?
I do know.
And there was like, think about a fucking 20-footer. No, longer, 40-foot trailer.
Okay.
You know, the box in the back of the trailer. Down the middle of it, there's this like roller line where all the boxes go. I'm at the end.
Oh my god.
And I'm hopping in between. Well, it's usually two people But when at times when I was alone, I had to hop between.
Alone?
So I would like stack up like Tetris. Boom, 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 boom. Go on the other side. Boom, boom, boom. Box. And just boxes after fucking boxes after boxes. So they could go to another sorting center to then be put into city, neighborhood, right?
Oh my God,
bro! By the end of the night,
so overwhelming.
This is what sucked about it. Okay, I'm in high school. I'm a senior in high school. We get out of school. We walk home, and on the way home to my house, to the right is the rec center where we play ball, and there's a pool. Right. So I'd be walking. It'd be me, whatever girl I was dating at the time, my boys and their girls, and they're like, all right, cool, man. We'll see you later. Everybody, 6 of them or 7 of them go have fun at the pool or play ball, and I'm going straight to my house to be, bro. The whole summer, I would get home and I would take a shower, and there would be mud dripping from me because the boxes have dirt, and I'm carrying boxes, bro. And I'm like, oh, one night, I was sleeping on the couch because that's where I slept. I slept on the couch in the living room. In the coffee table was like in the middle. I was sleeping and I went like this. I'm like, ooh, boom, and I woke up. I'm like, oh. In my dream, a box was about to knock out all the boxes, and I stopped.
No way.
Yeah, and I told my dad, I'm like, I can't work here no more, man. It's like it's in my dreams. It's torturing me.
It's who you are.
And then guess what happened?
Torturing you.
UPS goes on strike. We don't have to go to work.
What the fuck?
I'm like, I spent the rest of the summer in the fucking pool playing ball. It was the best shit ever. Loving life.
That's crazy. You've seen the alternative.
I've seen the alternative.
I've never seen the alternative. So in my head, it's just like this mist.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what it is, but I just know I don't want to go in it.
Yeah, think about it. Like, what would you do? What would you be doing right now?
To be honest, when my stream asked me, I told him I'd be a veterinarian. And truthfully, that's what I would probably try to do.
Yeah.
Because I could actually see myself working with animals daily and trying to help them.
Dude, you know what's crazy? That was your answer for Family Feud.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Yeah, that is the truth. You'd be a veteran. Veteran Matt FormaL. In an alternate
veterinarian, not veteran. Right? I'm a veterinarian. Call of Duty
veteran. Call of Duty veteran. Veterinarian. Call of Duty veteran. Veterinarian.
Call of Duty vet.
Vet. There we go. All right. Let's call it a day there, Matt. Thank you for coming. Yep. Every single time you come, this is like the easiest podcast.
It flies by.
It's the easiest podcast I ever shoot.
Yeah.
I don't have to carry the conversation. I don't have to force questions out. It's good. Thanks, man.
Just like we're talking.
All right. Everybody, all his information is in the description down below. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Peace.